Hey, it's Joe from Supplement Clarity. So I thought I'd make this quick video from my fairly messy office to answer a question that somebody asked me recently, and that is, Joe, are there any dietary supplements that you would not take at all, ever? And the answer is yes. So let me give you a short list of some supplements that I would never take. And I want to begin our discussion by talking about beta-carotene dietary supplements. So beta-carotene, obviously you've probably heard of it. It's a phytonutrient. It's in carrots and other foods. And I tell this story a lot when I teach classes on dietary supplements, but for years, going back into the 1970s, people used to say, why is it that people who eat more fruits and vegetables get less cancer, get less heart disease? And the so-called experts that I would see on TV back then, they would say things like, well, it's got to be the beta-carotene, because beta-carotene is the common denominator to a lot of fruits and vegetables. Well, it turns out that in the late 1980s, early 1990s, researchers finally got around to testing this theory about beta-carotene. And so they randomly gave people either a placebo or beta-carotene supplements. These were huge studies, by the way, hundreds of thousands of people. And they basically came to the conclusion that A, beta-carotene does not reduce the risk of heart disease. It does not reduce the risk of cancer either. But what they did discover actually shocked a lot of people. One of the studies was actually halted early, as I remember, because it was unethical to continue the studies. If you smoked or you worked around asbestos and you took a beta-carotene supplement, a high-dose beta-carotene supplement, you had a significantly increased risk of getting lung cancer. Yeah, beta-carotene actually caused lung cancer to occur in people who smoked or worked around asbestos. I was in college when a lot of these studies were coming up. And I remember listening to the radio one day, and they were actually asking some expert, I forget who it was, why is it that, eating a carrot doesn't do this, but yet taking a high-dose beta-carotene supplement did cause cancer, for instance. And the researcher had a kind of a pause, and he thought about it for a second. He said, listen, when you eat a carrot, you're getting all the carotenoid molecules. And that's an important thing to remember. In chemistry, in science, when you see the word beta in front of something, well, that means there's an alpha carotene, a beta carotene, a delta carotene, an epsilon carotene, etc. There are hundreds of carotene molecules. When you take something out of nature and you put it in a pill, for instance, and concentrate and put in a high dose, you might get a different reaction. Beta carotene is often thought to be a antioxidant when you take it in a food form, but when you take it in a pill form, a supplement form, it might actually become more pro-oxidant. Pro-oxidant means it actually causes the formation of free radicals. And that's one of the theories behind how maybe these beta-carotene supplements actually might cause cancer, is by promoting an overabundance of free radical production. So based on that, I would not take a beta-carotene supplement. You can still get these things in almost any health food store, and I don't know why they haven't been pulled from the shelf. I can't think of a reason why anybody would want to be taking a beta-carotene supplement. So that's number one. I would never touch it with a 10-foot pole. Number two would be weight loss supplement, essentially, and it's called Garcinia cambogia. I see Garcinia cambogia in a number of weight loss dietary supplements. It's an ingredient, and you can actually buy it by itself as a standalone supplement. One of the things it's supposed to do is prevent the formation of fat from carbohydrates, so it prevents that combination, that conversion, if you will. I'm not convinced that Garcinia cambogia helps people lose weight. I have looked into this in detail on supplementclarity.com. I'll link to my detailed research review where you can see the research for yourself, and I tallied it all up. This study says it works, this study says it doesn't work, etc. I basically found pretty much almost as many studies showing Garcinia cambogia doesn't work as other studies that say it does work. That says to me there's a problem with the research. How do you find completely different things happening when you test this stuff? So I think there's quality problems with the research, but that's not the main reason I wanted to bring that up here. I wanted to bring it up because there are multiple cases of liver problems, including liver failure, associated with Garcinia Cambogia dietary supplements. Now, one of the corollaries to this I would point out that is a lot of people who had these issues were taking multi-ingredient supplements. In other words, a supplement might have like 10 or 20 different ingredients, and when the doctor writes these reports up, they usually say the person was taking a weight loss supplement that contained Garcinia cambogia. Well, because it's a multi-ingredient supplement, you don't know if it's the Garcinia cambogia or something else. Well, I've since found a report where an individual had liver failure and was only taking Garcinia cambogia. So that makes me wonder if perhaps Garcinia cambogia might be liver toxic to some individuals. Not sure the mechanism behind this because it's very popular, and if people were taking it, all the time like a lot of people do, you'd see a lot of these cases popping up, and we don't see these reports all the time, which makes me wonder if maybe there's some genetic issues going on, or some people may be genetically predisposed to getting liver problems with Garcinia. I honestly don't know, but liver problems are serious, and based on that, I really do wish the dietary supplement industry would take a long, close, hard look at what's going on here to give us a better idea of whether Garcinia cambogia is safe or not. Until that happens, I wouldn't take it. The third thing I'd point out to you is green tea dietary supplements. These are also very popular, and green tea is, again, you can buy it as a green tea supplement itself, and it's also found in an awful lot of different dietary supplements. So it's marketed often for weight loss, but other things as well. And it may be called, green tea extract, which originally makes me wonder what extract of green tea are they talking about? Are they talking about EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, which is very popular, green tea extract, or is it something else? Here's the thing, however. There are, again, multiple reports of people developing liver problems from green tea supplements. And I can't overestimate how serious this really is for people. So if you are going to want to get the benefits of green tea, and I think green tea is great, there are a lot of research showing that when you drink the green tea, you get a lot of health benefits. So I would suggest drinking the green tea is really good. Or if you are into making smoothies, why don't you just get some tea bags, cut open 1 or 2 tea bags and throw them in the smoothie. And then again, you're getting kind of the benefits of the green tea without actually concentrating in a pill and taking it that way. So green tea would also be something, green tea supplements would also be something that I would not be interested in taking myself. Another supplement that I'm really not going to take, and that is pre-workout drinks. And I know a lot of you are probably pulling away from me right now when I say this, but hear me out. Pre-workout drinks, all of them pretty much that I have seen over the years, they have one key ingredient, and that's caffeine. So why don't you just drink coffee or, again, tea? Black tea has a lot of caffeine in it as well. Why are you spending extra money on a pre-workout drink? Yeah, I know they got a lot of other ingredients in them, like, arginine, citrulline, and maybe creatine and all that other stuff. But most of that stuff, I don't see any benefit to. I think the key ingredient in pre-workout drinks in terms of giving you a better workout is caffeine, and there's multiple research studies on caffeine showing that it increases the ability of people to exercise. So that's why I would say save your money on pre-workout drinks. I'm just not a fan of them because I think they're overpriced. And then another supplement that I would not take, and I've investigated it here, and I'll link to my review on it here if you want to see it more about it, and that's ketogenic supplements. Ketogenic supplements are keto supplements, they also call them that, but they're basically supplements that contain ketones. The idea here is you've probably heard about the benefits of the ketogenic diet, how it's supposed to help people lose weight, and there's ample evidence to suggest in the short term a ketogenic diet will help people lose weight. Long term, I'm not convinced of that, but here's the thing. These supplements contain ketones, and when you take them, your blood ketone levels, the ketones in your blood, do go up significantly. There's no doubt about it. So in that respect, these products do deliver as promised. However, what about weight loss? Do ketogenic supplements actually cause people to lose weight? And the answer, from what I've seen, is no, they do not. I've looked at the clinical studies, and again, I'll link to my video where you can see the studies for yourself. These ketogenic supplements, even though they raise ketone levels, they do not cause people to lose weight. So based on that, I wouldn't take a ketogenic supplement. Again, if you want to raise your ketone levels, that's up to you. But if you're taking these supplements for increasing your weight loss, the research does not show it. And so again, I wouldn't waste my money on it. So there you have it. There's a few supplements that I wouldn't take. If you have any other questions about supplements, drop me a comment in below, and I'll be glad to take a look at it and maybe even do a future video in the future. But until next time, I'm Joe from supplementclarity.com. Take care.